What if I told you that ordinary websites like the one you're seeing right now could quietly be earning thousands of dollars a month? And what if I told you that the process is so simple that anyone can do it, even if they have no experience? You're about to discover the secret method that's been flying under the radar, helping people turn Google searches into real money. It's called Google to Purchase, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. One of the best examples of this strategy is Nomadic Matt, who earns about $50,000 per month from his travel blog, Nomadic Matt. Here's another site which has become a six-figure business. And even this one, the blonde broad, who turned her passion for travel into a thriving online platform that makes $100,000 per year passively. By tapping into the trending search terms on Google, they rank high on Google and they convert that traffic into income through simple articles and affiliate links. These people didn't start with anything more than a laptop and an internet connection. So even if you're new to this with no writing or web design experience, I'm going to walk you through every step that you need to follow and turn your website into a new stream of income. Plus, I'm even going to include some pro tips that no one else is talking about. Matt started just like anyone else. I mean, he started just like you, with a simple website and a passion for travel. What set him apart was the ability to tap into high traffic search terms related to budget travel and combine those traffic terms with affiliate marketing. By ranking for popular travel related keywords, Matt was able to consistently drive traffic to his blog, where he included affiliate links to travel products, services, and even his own courses. The mix of SEO, valuable content, and affiliate partnerships has helped him to build a thriving business from the ground up. So how do these websites make money? Well, it's all about Google. With over 8.5 billion searches happening on Google every single day, it's the go-to source for answers and product recommendations. People trust the information that they find when they're searching for things like best products or services or advice for something like that. Now, these blogs are perfectly positioned to provide those answers through articles and then also include affiliate links so you can make money off of that advice. When a visitor clicks through one of these links and then buys something, the blog owner earns a commission. It's a win-win. You help the reader find what they're looking for and you get paid for it. So here's how it works. Let's just say, for example, that you're into PC gaming. The search term gaming PC gets over 450,000 monthly searches. Let's say you had a website that popped up on Google for this search term, and you were able to get a small chunk of that 450,000 people to come to your website. Even just 2% of that would be 9,000 people seeing your articles every single month. Now imagine if only 5% of those 9,000 people decided to make a purchase of a gaming PC from your website because you were mentioning it in your content. If you made just $30 commission on every PC you sold, that would mean that you would clear $13,500 per month from that one search term. Now, what if you ranked for gaming chairs as well, which also has 450,000 monthly searches, or gaming keyboards, or graphics cards for that matter? The sky is literally the limit. Now, here with Levi's Websites and Create a Pro website, we've been using Google to Purchase as a strategy for years, consistently generating income month after month. Let's dive into an area that you can do this too, starting with step number 1, finding your niche and key search terms. So to succeed with Google to Purchase, the first thing that you need is a profitable niche with trending high traffic search terms. This will guide the type of content that you create for products and how you're going to promote them. So start by using AI to create some ideas for you so that it can do the heavy lifting for you. Open ChatGPT and use this prompt right here. Now, from the list that's generated here, what you can do is find the option that interests you the most. We want to focus on something that you have knowledge on and that you also personally enjoy. So let's use another prompt to get some more results. Okay, so once you've picked your niche, you can go ahead and use Google Trends to discover search terms that are starting to gain traction but haven't necessarily saturated the market yet. And this is going to give you a head start over your competitors. Go to Google Trends and search for your topic. Look at the Related Queries tab at the very bottom and sort by rising to find new keywords before they blow up. This way, you can create content early and dominate the space, if that makes any sense to you. Now use Keyword Surfer, the Chrome extension, to see how many people are searching for those terms each month. This ensures that you're also targeting keywords with substantial traffic that's already happening. It's also the extension that I was using earlier to find the 450,000 search traffic for the gaming PCs, if you were curious. Now, the last thing that you can do is use ChatGPT to come up with some ideas for the name of your website, which is also pretty helpful. So let's go ahead and type in this prompt right here. And by the way, I'm gonna have all of these AI prompts down in the description so you guys can just copy paste them. Now, after choosing your top 3 keywords and your niche and your sub niche, it's time to move on to choosing the products that you're gonna offer on your website. So let's talk about what products you wanna promote. Here's where you can make the biggest impact from your website as well, by the way. Okay, so there's 2 types of affiliate products that provide the highest returns, and this is also some of that insider knowledge that I promised just a few minutes ago. There's first is the subscription-based software. Software is digital, which means it has a higher commission payout, especially if it's a subscription-based software. Many platforms pay a monthly, allowing your income to grow over time. So, for instance, a tool like Shopify, for example, can offer you $150 per sign-up, which is pretty nice. The second is high-end physical products. Now, high-ticket items like tech gadgets or luxury travel gear, for example, might only offer you like 5 or 10% commission, and sometimes it can be as low as like 3 or 1%, but the price tag makes it worthwhile. Promoting high-end products such as SSD drives or cameras or entire pre-built gaming PCs as a whole can bring in a substantial commission with just a few sales. It's also great for you because it's usually expensive products like these that make people search Google for comparing options or for advice before making such a hefty purchase. So if your content is the thing that offers the right information to make them pull the trigger and buy, then you can really start making a lot of money. So let's talk about where to find these affiliate offers. To find affiliate offers, start by looking at your favorite brands. Many companies offer affiliate programs, which you can usually find by scrolling to the bottom of their website and looking for affiliate link. For broader selection of software products, you can use marketplaces like Impact or PartnerStack. And this is where you can find hundreds of offers that align with your niche, and you can search by category. If you're focused more on physical products, you can look for places like Amazon Associates or other major retailers that offer affiliate programs. Be sure to prioritize high-end items to maximize those commissions. All right, friends, let's jump into the third part of this process, which is getting your website up and running. So first, you'll need a domain name and web hosting. Free domains look very unprofessional, so I recommend using Hostinger for your web hosting and your domain name. And this is a non-negotiable when you want to build a website. First, I'd recommend going down to the description. I've got a link for you guys. It's createaprowebsite.com/Hostinger. And you'll see it's the same link that I put in up here, and you'll be taken to this page right here. So this is where we're going to be grabbing your domain name and hosting for your website, which again is just necessary for any website anywhere. So we're going to scroll on down, and you'll see we have 3 different plans available. There's the premium, business, and cloud startup plan. Now, I always recommend the business plan because of all of the amazing features you get included for the price that you pay. The most important feature that we actually are going to be using today that is exclusive to the business and cloud startup, but it's exclusive to business. You will not get it in the cheaper plan, the premium, is going to be this right here, the WordPress AI tools. Basically, this is going to allow you to generate like fully functioning blog posts with metadata, with keywords, with images and everything automatically with AI, like at the click of a button, as opposed to over here, you'll see that you do not have this WordPress AI tool. Now, later on in the video, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to create blog posts. So again, we'll talk about blog posts later, and I will show you how to do it with the WordPress AI tools and also with a free tool. But if you guys are trying to follow along with me, this is the better of the 2. So that's why I recommend the business plan. Anyways, I'm going to click on choose plan right here. All right. And so next you'll see that we have the period. And so you basically just get to choose how often you're making payments and how many months you're paying for at a time. You can choose 1, 12, 24, and 48. Obviously, the bigger your plan, the bigger your savings. So you're saving $4.99 if you do the 48 months. If I do 12, you'll see this number is going to go down just a little bit. Yeah, so it's $124. I'm only saving $124 when I do the 12 month. So if you think you're going to have this website and you know this is for your business without a shadow of a doubt, maybe you go with the 48 months instead of the 12. But regardless, I'm going to do 12 because your domain registration is going to be for 1 year. So I always make my web hosting line up as well for 1 year. That's just how I do it, but it's totally up to you guys. Also, make sure that the coupon code is applied right here, create a pro website right here. If you guys don't have that coupon, just go ahead and type it in, but it should automatically function once you guys put in that link up in the top. You know, the link that's down in the description. Anyways, we're going to click on continue. And next it's going to ask if we have an account with Hostinger. So I'm going to go ahead and create an account by just entering my email and password and then click on continue. All right, and then you're gonna put in your billing information just like this. And then when we click on continue, we'll be able to enter in our payment details down below. But if you notice over here on the right-hand side, you'll see everything that's included with the business web hosting plan. And they give you this wonderful breakout to show you how much money you're actually saving. And so you'll see that first of all 12 months, normally you would be paying $167. And that's for all 12 months. So that's not per month. You're only paying like a few dollars a month or whatever. But instead of paying $167, you're only paying $43. The daily backups, which is a backup of your website, is saved. So if anything happens, you can reinstall, like you can re-upload your entire website. It's like a saved copy. That's usually $25 a month. You're getting it completely for free. Your domain name is usually $10. That's a pretty standard price. You're getting it for free. You get a setup fee that is for free. And then you also get your domain Whois privacy protection. Whois is a public database of every domain on the internet, and you can go look at it and look at people's contact information and address. So the information that you're putting over here, basically, that's actually what you're doing. When you have this sign up address over here, the billing address with your phone number and everything, you're actually installing this for your Whois database, which is that public database. So domain privacy protection is just going to protect your personal information from people who want to make phone calls to you and try and solicit and telemarket to you. So really big deal. That's also included for free with the business plan. So that's really nice. All in all, we're getting like 74% off. So instead of $207 after everything, we're getting it for $43 total, which is pretty sweet. And then you also get the coupon applied. And so that's the Creator Pro website. So that's why we're getting it so cheap. Okay, so we'll click on continue. And next we get to enter in our payment information. So you guys can enter in your credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, Alipay, whatever you guys need to do. I'm going to go ahead and select credit card, and I'll see you guys on the next screen whenever I click on submit payment. Okay, so once you fill out your payment information, you'll be taken to this onboarding screen for Hostinger. We're going to be creating a new website today, so go ahead and click right here and say next. We're going to use WordPress for our website builder. Next, we get to create our WordPress account, which is different from your Hostinger account. So just make sure it's got the correct email you want and enter in your own password. It's going to ask what type of website do we want to build. We can do business services, stores, blogs, and everything like that. We're going to be making an affiliate marketing website, which is essentially what Google to Purchase is. So we can click on this one. It doesn't necessarily matter which one you choose, because all this is going to do is in the next step, it's going to recommend plugins based on whatever type of website you want. But I'm going to show you guys how to download all those plugins later. So it's not that big of a deal, but we can select affiliate marketing website. It's going to ask, this is a preview of how your website's going to look like created by Hostinger. We can browse more templates or just say next. And then it's going to ask if you want some of these recommended plugins, but I'm just going to uncheck all of them and then say next. It's going to ask if we want AI to go ahead and start creating any content. This is a part of that WordPress AI feature that I mentioned just a second ago, but it's not what we're actually going to use. This is just for some generic website content. I'm going to skip it, but you guys can put in your brand name and description, and you'll have a little bit of information ready to go. It's up to you. All right, and then next we get to choose a domain name for your website. So I'm going to try levisaffiliatewebsite.com, and it looks like it's available, so I'm going to click on next. And then you'll see a little bit more details just to confirm. So just say finish registration. All right, guys, and after it loads, it's going to have Hostinger's CDN, which is a content delivery network service. Basically, it just makes your website load faster as long as you tell them where you are. And it has to do with how the internet works and all of that stuff. I've got videos on the channel that talk about CDNs, so I'm not going to get too much into it right now. But I'm over here in Texas, which is right here. So I'm going to pick Arizona because it's the closest one to me. And so just make sure you pick the ping that's closest to you, depending on where you are, of course. So anyways, I'm in the United States, Arizona. We'll say next, and then it's going to install WordPress for a little bit, so you just got to be a little patient. All right, guys, and so once you're done loading, you'll be taken to a screen that looks like this, and this is called your Hostinger H panel. It's basically the server-side backend of your website. Now, I don't expect you guys to know how any of this works, and you don't need to either. That's totally fine. The only most important thing are these two buttons right here, the WordPress admin and your little chat button right down here. Whenever you click on the little chat button, you can start a live chat and communicate with tech support, and so they can help you with any problems that you might have, if you ever have them, but I doubt you will. I'm going to click back right here. But, so just remember your little chat button right here for help, which you have an AI chat and it'll redirect you to whoever you need. And then also on your dashboard, you can see some basic information like your business hosting is active and your domain name is active, because that's your web hosting and domain that we needed to get set up. You also have your website right here. You can click on it and it'll open up your website, like legitimately your website right here. And then also right here, which is your WordPress admin. And so this is your WordPress backend for your website. That's the only button you you really need to remember. We're going to click that button, and then it's going to redirect us on a new tab to your WordPress dashboard. And your WordPress dashboard is where we're going to spend the rest of the time customizing and building your website. Hostinger's H-panel is just your Hostinger account for your web hosting. It's like logging into your account with Verizon or T-Mobile. It's kind of the back end of what you would use for your phone. You don't really go in it very much, right? Especially if you have a phone with service with someone like that. So that being the case, now we're inside of our WordPress dashboard. This is where we're going to be creating blog posts, where we're going to create the website, the appearance, download plugins, and all of those things. But now that we're here, which by the way, we're in the Hostinger tab of your WordPress dashboard, you can click on dashboard, and then you're actually on the WordPress dashboard. So after setting up your domain name and hosting, I'm going to have you download a template to save you a ton of time, and then we're going to customize it together quickly so I can show you how to use Elementor to customize your homepage and blog posts. With Elementor, you can easily adjust fonts, colors, and sections to create a professional looking website, and it makes it really easy. So let's jump right in. All right, so just like I said, the first thing we're going to do is download a template. So we're going to go over here to the plugins tab, hover your mouse over it, and you'll see add new plugin right here. And we're going to open up on a new tab just like this. Now, the reason I always open up things on new tabs is that I can always bounce back to the dashboard and do something else and then always come back to whatever I'm working on. So I would recommend you guys do the same thing so that I don't have to always tell you guys how to close out of whatever we're in to get back to your dashboard. So anyways, inside of add plugins, we're going to look for one called starter templates, which looks like this right up here in the top left corner. So starter templates for Elementor. Click on install now and then activate. Perfect. And once you click on activate, it should take you to the installed plugins page rather than the add new plugins page. I'm going to click on add plugins again, and this time we're going to look for Elementor. But we're not downloading Elementor because that's going to be automatically downloaded in a second. As you can see, there's Elementor. We're going to be using essential add-ons for Elementor right here. So click on install now and then activate. All right. And so now that we have this one downloaded, we can go back over to our plugins tab. You can just click on the word plugins right here, and now we're back. And so now, as you can see, we have starter templates, and we also have essential add-ons for Elementor. So the reason that we downloaded this plugin as well, normally we just download this plugin, and when we download a template, it's going to download all of the necessary plugins included with the template. But I just know that this one's not going to come with it, so I thought I would just knock it out really fast. So anyways, click on Get Started under Starter Templates. And then once you do, it's going to take you to this page right here. We're going to click on Build with a Template just like this. Now, this is one of the most important steps of this entire tutorial, so listen up. Please, please, please click up here in the top right corner and select Elementor. Can't tell you how many comments I get about people saying that once they download the template, it looks nothing like mine. They don't have Elementor, they can't open Elementor, something like that's not working. Most of the time, whenever you run into one of those issues, it's because you didn't select Elementor up here. Because Starter Templates works with 3 softwares. It works with Block Editor, which is default, it works with Elementor, and also with Beaver Builder. So make sure you select Elementor because these are Elementor templates that are built to work with Elementor. So that's why. Okay, from here you got a bunch of templates down below you can look through. You guys can pick whichever one you like the best. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to select blog because that's what we're going to be building is basically a blog website. And I'm going to select this one right here. It's called Creative Blog if you want to put that in the search bar to get to the same one that I'm on. It's the Creative 80 Room. It's just like a very, very simple blog website. And we're going to use this to just kind of customize a very simple blog for you guys. Now, I've got a ton of tutorials on this channel and my other channel that show you guys how to build websites from start to finish. So the point of this video is to teach you how Google to purchase works. And part of that is showing you how to build a website, but we're going to go kind of fast. If you want a full 1 hour long tutorial on how to build a website that's fully customized and beautiful and everything, go check out one of those tutorials. And I'll have one linked in this video as well at the very end, so you guys can jump over to another tutorial. But again, I'm going to show you guys how to change pictures, how to change text, how to hook up buttons, and then also how to make blog posts like all of these blog posts. But, I'm not going to get too crazy into how to completely customize and overhaul this website to look entirely different. That's another tutorial. It would make this one way too long. So anyways, you get your live preview on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, you can upload your logo if you have one. If you don't, I can show you guys where to go to create one for free later, but that's where you would upload it. I'll just leave it blank, which is going to download this default template right here, or this default logo. You guys can choose your font category right here, which as you can see, it changes the font all the way. I'm going to hit that little refresh button to go back to the default. And then you can also change the color palette. So as you can see now, it's purple, it's yellow, it's red, and that red translates through the whole website, as you can see, right? If I go blue, it's blue, yellow, green, So you guys get the idea. I'm gonna stick to the default color palette as well. And from here, click on continue. It's gonna ask if you want any additional features, but I'm just gonna say skip this step. You do not have to enter in your personal information right here. You can if you want to. It's totally up to you. But under advanced options, I always uncheck this box because I like my privacy, but you guys can share whatever non-sensitive data you would like. It's totally up to you. Just make sure it says install and activate the Astra theme. Make sure that it is activated. Click on submit and build my website. And now I'll see you guys when it's done loading. All right, so now you can see, congratulations, your website has been downloaded. So we can click on view your website. Okay, so you'll notice that it's not refreshing. Let's try refreshing the page really fast and see if it installs the website. Okay, perfect. So it looks like it did. Now, one thing that I want to do that you don't always have to do, but I have noticed after building websites for a very, very long time, we're talking, I think I'm coming up on almost half a decade. It's been like 4.5 years of building websites. So when it comes to building websites, one thing I know is if you have a caching plugin like Lightspeed Cache installed on your website, it can cause issues like that just a second ago where I had to refresh just to see my changes. If you notice that you're having weird problems while you're trying to follow along with the tutorial, you can go to the plugins page again and just deactivate right here the Lightspeed Cache plugin. It comes default with Hostinger. It's a great plugin. It makes your website so much faster on PageSpeed Insights. It's not even funny. It's a great plugin. Just deactivate it while you're making changes, and then once you're done making changes, activate it again, and no problem. All good to go. But I'm going to deactivate it for this tutorial just so that it stops messing with my loading and stuff like that. So anyways, you click on View Website, and this is the page you're met with. So now, whenever someone goes to levisaffiliatewebsite.com or whatever domain you purchased, this is the website they're going to see. And it's fully interactable. You know, you can go to the design tab, and this is the design blog posts, film blog posts. There's an about page, a contact page, right? You can go to the home page by clicking on the logo. That's pretty standard. The home page is filled out as well. So we're going to be editing this inside of Elementor. And the way you do that is you literally just click right here, edit with Elementor. Now, if for some reason that black ribbon isn't at the top of your screen, you can go over here to the pages tab right here. Because by the way, sometimes this little ribbon just isn't there. It's just glitchy sometimes. It is what it is. Just go over to the pages tab, and whatever page you want to edit, which we're working on the home page right now, you would just click on edit with Elementor right here. Again, if you do not see Edit with Elementor right here, it means you did not, inside of Starter Templates, click on Elementor in the top right corner, which was over here where I told you is the most important step. So again, if you don't see Elementor right here, you're going to have to go back to Starter Templates right here and go re-download the template, but click on Elementor. So just a heads up. Okay. Inside of Elementor, let me walk you guys through how to use this, and then we'll kind of play around with customizing this a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next steps of the video to show you guys how to make blog posts, how to link affiliate links, and all of that stuff. Because today, I'm telling you guys about Google to Purchase. If I wanted to show you guys how to create every single little part of this, I mean, this would turn into a course where each video is like an hour long and there's like 5 videos. So in the spirit of keeping this video under 2 hours, we're going to kind of just overview most things. So I hope you guys understand. So this is Elementor. It's super easy to use Elementor to build your website. It's like the #1 most used page builder in all of WordPress. So you're in good hands. Also completely free to use. We're using the free version today. So you have all of these widgets over here on the left-hand side. If I want to drag a video in, I just drag it, and now there's a little video, right? And so now I can add whatever I want, right? If I want to add an image, I just drag it over, and now there's a picture right here. You guys get the idea. Whenever I want to add one of these elements, I just drag it in. If I want to add another heading widget, which is identical to this one, then I would just add it right here and start typing. Anytime there's text on your screen, you can literally just click on it and start typing directly onto your website. And you'll notice it's also over here. It's basically the same thing. So this top bar up here, most importantly, is the publish button in the top right corner. When you make changes, click on publish. It's going to publish your changes live to the internet, and it's going to save your work. So you'll see me hit publish a lot just to save my work. That's what I do. Over here in the top left corner, we have the plus button. So if I was working on this element right here, you'll notice that all those widgets are gone, or the elements. Click on the plus button, and that's how you can add a new element. We don't need to go over site settings or structure. Structure was this little guy over here. Site settings are a whole bunch of stuff that we don't really need to cover today because you downloaded a template. So you don't have to build all these structure settings from scratch. Anyways, that being the case, now we're back inside of Elementor again. In the center, we have our responsive modes, which we can touch a little bit later, but click on tablet and you'll see the version of your website that appears on tablet or like small laptop screens. And then mobile is what your website looks like when someone opens it on your phone. You'll notice that the orientation is completely different. The picture's on the side versus the phone, it's vertical. There's 3 versions of your website. And again, I cover this in every other tutorial I do. Today, we're trying to keep this very simple. As long as you don't make too big of changes to the template, you will not have to touch any of this, I promise you. I'm just kind of showing you guys around Elementor. You click on the home button right here and you'll see all of the different blog pages and web pages that are on your website. So like there's the contact page. We don't really need to cover that just yet. And then you have some additional buttons over here like the what's new, help, and search button. But the preview button's important. Click on preview, it's just gonna open up your website on a new tab so you can just preview it. So look, you do this and it gives you a preview of any changes that you might have temporarily inside of Elementor. So that's cool. Okay, so now that we're done with the overview, let's actually customize this website a little bit. So for example, we are Creative 80. I could pretend like Creative 80 is the business that I'm making, but we're Levi's affiliate website. So we are Levi's affiliate website. Right? So you could put your business name right here. Read articles is going to be a button that links to the blog page, right? But you can click on this button and totally change the text right here. You'll notice that a button is really just 2 simple things. It's whatever the button says, which is read articles. As you can see, I can add, right? You get the idea. So it's just what the button says and where it takes you. And so this link right here, close it, and you would paste your URL. So when you click here, it just goes straight to whatever page you want. The hashtag mark right here, the pound sign, is just a temporary placeholder. That's why it's there, and I'll leave it there for now. But anytime, again, you want to change text, just click on it, and you can start changing text, right? So you want to change this one, you can change it. You want to change this text down below. Literally change it. See how my cursor is right there and I can type whatever I want? Pretty nice. This right here is just literally just a picture. It's an image and all it is someone took a PNG of a bunch of dots and put it here. If you don't like it, you can delete just like this and it's gone. Or if you like it there, Control or Command Z to undo, which it's not gonna do for some reason. What are you doing? Okay, well, I guess that's gone for now, but those little dots right there, normally you'd be able to hit Control or Command Z. Ah, there we go, it was just delayed. That was weird. It just popped back up. But you get the idea. You can Control or Command Z, and it's basically the undo button on your keyboard. So if you like those dots there, you can have it. Over here on the right-hand side is the picture. So obviously we want to change this from being a creative space to being a gaming website, for example. So Levi's affiliate website is just the domain I did, but let's pretend it's like Levi's gaming store or something like that. Well, today I'm making a gaming website. So you can click on the picture and over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's the picture. Click on it and you get to choose from your computer, upload files, and I can upload whatever pictures I want. So under my website images, I'm actually just gonna upload all of these pictures right now to my website so that they're live on my website and then I can just select them without having to wait for them to load. So I'll just go ahead and cut to when this is done. Okay, and then once you pick the image that you want, which I'm assuming you guys uploaded pictures and then you choose the one you want, which again, if you don't have images, by the way, you can go find some free ones from a website called unsplash.com. If you go to Unsplash, these are all free images, so I can just search for mountains, for example, and you could just look for a bunch of pictures that you want of mountains and download it for free. Make sure you select free right here, and then these are all the free pictures. So I could click on this picture and literally just download it free, just like that, and see how it went directly to my computer. Kaboom. So if you guys want some royalty-free images to put on your website, that's where you can get them. That's also, by the way, where I got all of these, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna select this one right here and say select, and now, just like that, I have a gaming website. Not really, I mean, we still have to customize everything else, but you get the idea. I've got a guy with a VR headset on there, looking all cool. We are Levi's affiliate website, or we could say Levi's gaming website or something like that. Yeah, I'll just say gaming for now. Gaming website, right? There we go. It's going to make it all one line. But you guys get the idea. That's how you guys can customize the hero section. Scroll on down just a little bit. We have like this subscribe to the newsletter, which honestly looks fine on its own, so I'm just going to leave it. This is a fake ad that comes with the template, but it's kind of pointless, so just right-click and delete it because it's supposed to look like you have ads on your website. I don't know why someone threw that in the template, but they did. So just delete it. And so now we have popular categories, or we could say maybe featured blog categories or article categories. So these are categories for your blog posts, right? And then what we can do is change the word by clicking on it and changing what it says. So something like this, right? And we can do the same thing for all three of these. So let's pretend that these are my 4 categories of blog posts, right? I'm pretending that I'm a blogger for a gaming website. I could just go gameplay, new releases, software, hardware. Click on each one of these. You have to click on the little gray box right here to change the picture. Go to the style tab, and then you guys can change this to be whatever you want. So for example, one of them could be gameplay. Let's have a picture of a guy gaming. This one could be something for new releases. Let's just pick like a new piece of equipment. So I got a PS5. It's not like it's new anymore, but new releases, there's a PS5 in there. Let's go here for software. I've got a picture of some coding on a screen. And then for hardware, I've got a picture of a gaming PC. There we go. Select, and so now we've got hardware. And so these are my blog categories, right? And then we could link the text and the picture to a blog category, and I'll show you guys how to do that later. But those are like the featured categories, right? And then you can have a button that says explore them all that takes them to a category page. Scroll on down a little bit more, and we have the Creative 80 Room podcasts. We can either have the podcast like this, or what we can do is click on the plus button, and we can add a new one. Search right here, timeline, and we have a post timeline right here. So I'm gonna drag this bad boy in here, and we can put it right on top of the podcast. And so now what we have is some blog posts. And so I'm going to say, instead of Creative 80, let's say, or latest. Let's go latest. So let's just call this latest articles, right? So we've got, these are our featured categories. Go ahead and do me a favor, right click and say copy, and then right click on this one and say paste style. Okay, well, it didn't increase the size for some reason. That's weird. Oh, it's probably because this is H3. If we make it H2, there we go. So if you click on the text right here, change the HTML tag to H2, which is heading 2, and it'll be a little bit bigger like a title. And so now we have categories of our blog, and then we also have some of our latest articles, right? And so from here, what we can do is, actually, we don't really need to change these. What we'll do is we can go over here to our WordPress dashboard, and when we create articles on our website, so like when we go to the blog post page, those are what's gonna pop up here. But right now, what this plugin is taking, or what this widget is taking, is our blog posts from, let's click on the pencil icon and see where it's pulling from. So just posts in general, which these are just like default posts that come with the template, it looks like. So if I go back to our posts on our WordPress dashboard, this is a list of all the blog posts. All of these blog posts, by the way, I'm gonna trash the hello world, but all of these blog posts came default, like they're fake blog posts. They came with the template because we downloaded a blog website, so there's just a bunch of blog articles on here. So you guys can go ahead and select all of them if you want, move to trash like this, and then click apply. And that's how you guys can delete all of these. And then what you'll notice is nothing's gonna display here. And that's okay, because I'll show you guys how to create those blog posts later. But for now, we kind of have, you know, our latest blog posts right here. And then this section down here, if you guys want to change this, you guys can. I'm actually just going to delete this entire section right here. So go ahead and just delete the container, because I don't need those podcast episodes, because I'm not a podcaster, I'm a blogger, right? We're making articles about gaming, for example. So this is just a really fast example of how you guys can build a website and have your links to your categories as well as your blog posts on your homepage. So for example, someone were to check out this blog post, they'd click on it, and then it would open on a new tab. They could read through the post about the top 3 movies to watch in July, and then maybe there's an affiliate link in there to your nearest movie theater or something like that. You guys get the idea. So anyways, click on publish to save your work. And that's how you guys can customize using Elementor, and you guys can be as creative as you want here. Elementor is the fun part. You get to put pictures where you want, customize how things look, right? For example, let me just show you guys really fast. So let's see. Don't miss the film festival. Let me show you guys what it looks like when I change these pictures so that the homepage looks like it's fully gaming. So this one is the top 3 movies to watch in July. So let's go and edit that one first. Where is it? Top 3 movies to watch in July. So I'm gonna say edit. And then over here on the right-hand side, you see the featured image. I'm just gonna replace this one with a different one. Let's do something like this. Set the featured image. And then I actually might also change the title if I really wanted to, but I'll just leave it for now. Save. We can go back to Elementor and we can refresh the page. And so now if you scroll on down, you'll see that the first one is right here. We have a picture of the gaming stuff that I was doing. So actually off camera, super fast, I'm gonna go do that exact same thing where I just change the picture, just so that you guys can see what this looks like with gaming pictures. Okay, so off camera, I went ahead and swapped out those last 3 images. And so now it looks a bit more like gaming. because I wanted you guys to see what it looks like. We're going to go delete those blog posts later and add our own. Again, this is just dummy content, but I wanted to show you guys that see how it's automatically pulling from that post page that I was showing you guys earlier. Well, now what we can do is click on the pencil icon and we can change some layout settings if we want to. You know, we can play around with the image resolution, which is the biggest deal. You see how pixely this is? It's kind of gross. Let's change this to either large, which is probably going to fix it. Yeah, you see how crystal clear these pictures are now? It was using image resolution of large under layout settings, but we can also go to the style tab and we have this color overlay, which is like this bluish color that's kind of blurring the pictures a little bit. We can come over here and we can actually customize this ourselves. So right now, okay, move that over there, and then we can customize whatever color we want. We could also just go black if we want to, which I think I'm gonna do. And then you guys can play around with the opacity right here. Right? So I'll play around with that if you guys want. I think that looks pretty good, but that's how you guys can have an overlay, and you can also just turn it off, but it makes it a little harder to read the text, but when you hover, it's a little bit easier. So that's the timeline style right there. We've got typography, which you guys can see is like the text color and stuff like that. The arrow, let's see, border arrow color. Oh, it's this right here, this gray. Time, which is this right here, the timeline. And then we have line and bullet, which is these right here. And you guys can play around with the color and the size and the differences and all of that stuff. So anyways, that's how you guys can play around with some of these settings of this hero section right here. Click on publish to save your work. Again, I just wanted to show you guys, you can customize the template to look totally different. So now this is obviously a gaming website rather than whatever Creative 80 was, which was like a creative co-working space or something. We can also go over to the contact page. Let's see. So it's not actually going to show all of the pages. It's just blog posts. So if you don't see the pages that you want to edit here, what you can do is close out of Elementor, go back to your pages tab. And then here's the pages on your website. Privacy policy is a draft, and so is podcast. We're not really going to use podcast, so I'm going to trash both of these because we're not a podcast, we're a blog. But you see how we have the about page and the contact page? Well, you're going to do the same thing for both of these. So for example, the contact, you can edit with Elementor. And from here, this is where you guys can change your information, which, by the way, you click on this button right here. So you guys know how to change text, change text, change text. You can click on it and type whatever you want. The reason I went straight to here is because this is a little different. So you click on it, and you can, by the way, just start typing right here, as you can see, so it still works. But you'll notice on the left-hand side, it's first line, second line, third line, first line, second line, third line. I can put Creative 80 LTD at the very bottom. See how it puts it at the bottom? It's just a structure thing for the widget. Click on it, and you can see the text right here. So I can start typing right here as well. There we go. So same thing for these three, you just click on it and change. And so right now it's like saying your company LTD, it says registered in England and an address, but instead you could put in like contact information. So you could say company contact info, right? And then you can come over here to this grouping again, click on the first one, and this could be like 5555, and then this could be your email. And then this could be your address. I'm just going to leave it like that because it's a dummy address. You see what I mean? You guys can get creative and put whatever you want here. Most of the time it's going to be contact info as well as a box where people can literally just submit first, last email and message, and it'll submit to your email. But you guys get the idea. And then you guys can come down here and have different emails for different parts if you guys want. Or if you don't have any of this information, you can literally just click on the X and just delete that whole thing. And now it's just very simple, get in contact with us. So I'm going to click on publish to save your work. You guys can do the same thing with the about page, right? You guys can go to the about page right here under the pages tab, click on edit with Elementor. And from here, again, I'll leave it up to your creative discretion. You can come in here and add your own personal about section where obviously you'd replace all this gibberish with, saying, Levi's gaming website has been around for 10 years. We've been servicing the Austin area and we provide quality parts and all of this stuff. Our team is best of the best, just write an about section. You guys can have like different parts here. You can also list out your people. And again, this is really easy. You just click and type. Right, so you guys can change the text. And then become a guest. You guys can have this button linked to the contact page, for example, which, by the way that you do that is you just click right here and search contact. And Elementor is automatically going to search through all of the pages on your website, and it says, hey, I've got a page that matches that word. It's a page called contact. Click on it, and it's automatically going to put the URL in for you, which is pretty sweet. So click on publish to save your work. And by the way, if I preview the changes, so it opens the website up, and I click on that button that we just coded, watch this. Now it's going to take you to the contact page. So if you want to join the team, give us a message and say, hey, my name is this, here's my email, and I want to join your team. Submit. So that's how that works. So now you guys know how to customize your website with Elementor. You guys can get as creative as you want to. There's one last thing I want to show you guys. Go to the Appearance tab and click on Customize right here. And so this is how you change the colors of your website. And we'll touch on this a little bit later when I show you guys kind of how to get your blog posts in here. But what you're going to do is, first of all, this is where you can change your logo. Click on the blue pencil icon like this, and you'll see here's the logo. I can remove it or change the image, and I can put in a different logo if I want to. Now, I don't have one for this tutorial demonstration, so I was just going to leave it like this. But this is where you just upload your logos, right? Also, by the way, if you don't have a logo, you can go to this website. Now, my disclaimer for this, it's called logo.com. Anytime you make a free logo, anything free is never going to be beautifully perfect, right? You have to pay for quality. So here's how you can make a free logo, but it's not going to be great, okay? That's just my disclaimer for you guys. Once you create a free account with this website, it's free, trust me. From here, you're going to go over to brand and then click on your logos, and you can create a new logo just like this. So create new logo. It's going to ask for your business address. Go through all of this here. It's not going to ask for your business address. It's your business name. So let's just call it Levi's affiliate website. What's your slogan? I don't even have one. So let's just say, please break your computer so that you buy one for me. Next, we've got your industry, which could be anything, but I'm going to select technology because I'm a technology website. We'll say next. What are some keywords that are related to your business? It's got Levi affiliate and please. Let's take please out of there and just go computer, gaming, and PC, I guess. And we'll say next. Then it's going to use AI to completely generate a whole bunch of logos for you for free. And then you get to pick from one. So as you can see, they're not that good. But this is a place where you can get free logos from. I'd recommend building one yourself or hiring a professional to do it for you and then, pay for the logo. That way you have like the rights to it. You can trademark it, copyright it, do whatever you need to. But here's a place where you can get a free logo. Let's just pretend like I like this one for some reason. I can say continue. I can customize a little bit over here on the left-hand side. Like I can choose different color palettes. I can click on the text and change it if I want to or something like that. You guys can play around with it. It's a very limited builder, but you can do it. And then once you like what you have, you would just click on Get Logo. And so this is what it looks like. Confirm the brand, say Create, and voila. Now you have your logo ready to go. You can click on Download up here in the top left corner. I'm not sure why it's glitching out. Let me just refresh the page really fast. There we go. So you got your logo up here in the top left corner. Say Download. And then you're going to want to go and download the high resolution logo on a transparent background. And so you can go, you want color. So high resolution color logo on a transparent background. Download. It's going to say, hey, maybe you should upgrade. You don't have to. Did you see that? It downloaded to my computer right there. There's my logo. If I go to my downloads folder, it is there completely for free. There's the logo, right? So you guys get the idea. That's how you guys can download a logo completely for free. Close out of that. And you guys can put it here. What else was I gonna have you guys do? Oh, the color. Okay, so click on the back button, top left corner. You can go to the global tab right here, colors, and you'll see that these are the color palettes, or excuse me, this is the color palette that's being used on your entire website. So you see this blue, this red, and the black. Here's your blue, red, black. So if you were to change these colors right here, it would change all of the colors on your entire website. So I wanted to show you guys how to do that because we did it at the beginning when we downloaded the template, but if you want to change the color to something custom, you just click right here and then you guys can completely change it. Anyways, that's how you guys change the color. We'll jump back to the dashboard. All right, so step 4 is content creation. And content is where the magic happens. In this step, I'm gonna show you guys how to create blog posts and articles for your websites. And this is how you're gonna attract visitors that are gonna convert into buyers, correct? So the way that this works is very simple. You write articles around specific topics or keywords within a chosen niche, and then within those articles, you embed the links to products or services that are relevant to that topic that you're discussing that people would naturally want to buy or would need or something like that. When readers find value in the content that you're writing, they're most likely to click on the links that you're providing and then make a purchase. And then you get the commission, of course. It's literally that simple. Let's go ahead and dive into creating those posts and optimizing them for the best results. So this is important. Your articles should include targeted keywords from step 1, along with natural call to actions that promote your affiliate products. So the first thing that we need to do here is create an actual new post on your website. It's going to be your first article. So there's 2 ways of doing that. And I'm going to show you guys how to do both. There's creating them with WordPress AI tools, and then we can also use ChatGPT. And I should specify it's 2 ways of using AI to write blog posts. Now, I do suggest writing these yourself for the best results, especially if it's a topic that you're personally passionate about. But we do have AI nowadays, and that's gonna help us do a lot of the heavy lifting. So if you feel more comfortable going that route, I'm gonna share with you guys some really powerful prompts that you can use to get some killer content that'll make you sales. Now, before we can even use AI, I first have to show you guys how to create a new post on your website first, and then we'll use AI to fill it. Okay, so creating a blog post in WordPress is super easy. Just go over here to the Posts tab, and then we're gonna click on All Posts right here, and you'll see a list of all the blog posts we have. You guys can take all of these and delete them if you want. You can literally just check the box like this and say Move to Trash and say Apply. That way we're starting fresh. Okay, so there's not a single blog post on your website. It's empty. To create a new post, you either go to Posts and then say Add New, or you click on Add New right here. Super easy. So click on Add New Post. This is your block editor inside of WordPress. It's basically kind of the same thing as using Microsoft Word or Notes. You literally just click right here and you can start typing whatever content you want, right? And then up here is the title. So let's go ahead and title this blog post. I don't know, we're gonna say, this is the first blog post. It's a terrible title, but you guys get it. You title the blog post, and then down below is where you would add the content. So this is where, for example, let's just grab some dummy text really fast. You do not have to follow along with me. Copy, there we go. So for example, this is where you would say, here, let's pick a better blog post than that. Let's say top 5 gaming PCs on the market 2024. And then from here, you would have like your first H1 text. So we go /H1. So we'll do a heading text and we'll say, I don't know, Lenovo. Right? So Lenovo gaming PC. And then you would have your paragraphs talking about it, right? And then next you would go /H again. And you would say, so that's the Lenovo gaming PC. The next one would be something like, I don't know, Corsair, or who makes a gaming PC? Lenovo is usually what I get. So I'm over here trying to remember. Let's just say Corsair. I could be completely wrong, by the way. Gaming PC. And then you guys would put in some more body text, right? And then /H again, heading. And let's just say this would be, sheesh, I don't even know my gaming PC brands, and I'm making a gaming website. That's hilarious. I don't know. I'm even forgetting the brand of my mouse. Well, I mean, I could just say Logitech for some reason. Logitech does not make a gaming PC, by the way. I know that, but I'm just doing it as an example for you guys. So Logitech gaming PC. You guys get the idea, right? So this is how I would generate a blog post from scratch. I've got my title, and that's what's going to be popping up on my website as the title, the headline, and everything. Then you'll come in here and you'll put in like H1 or H2, and you guys can write your first title, give some information, second title, give some information, third title, information. You guys get the idea. What you might also want to do is hit enter, and you guys might want to put in like an image, like this. So you'll notice I always hit / and then I can search for whatever element I want. We can choose like a picture of what I'm going to pretend is a Lenovo laptop or a Lenovo gaming computer, and we insert a picture, right? And then we can also reduce the size by just dragging it over, right? So something like this. Maybe we want this above the text, so something like that, right? Doesn't look very good right now, but you guys get the idea. I could also put it in the middle of the paragraph, so something like this. So maybe this is the first, Lenovo gaming PC, here's some information, a picture, and this kind of thing, and then so on, right? You guys would put in another one right here. Okay, I'm not sure why. There we go. That's what I was looking for, is a new line /image. And you could go to the media library and upload another one, for example. Let's use this guy, for example. Reduce the size. Okay, so you guys get the idea. This is what your blog post is for the most part gonna look like. The next thing we can do is go over here to the right-hand side. Under the entire blog post, we can set the featured image, which by the way, on our website, whenever you click on your website name in the corner on your dashboard, it opens it. So on our website, remember how we have those blog posts that we deleted? Well, now they're no longer there. But if you guys remember, they had like a cover picture with the title. That's what we're adding right now by setting a featured image. So let's say the top 5 gaming PCs set a featured image. That would probably be a picture of someone on a gaming PC, right? So let's select the featured image. That's what it looks like. Over here on the right-hand side is where you could enter in all of your meta information, as well as, let's see, we can choose a default template, which you guys don't really have any templates installed. You don't really have to worry about any of this stuff for now. You can choose what category that this blog post is in, which right now we've got advertising, design, digital, film, photography. So these are all blog categories that came with the template. Let's create a new category and call this gaming PCs. So any blog post related to a gaming computer is going to be this right here. And so we'll say add new category. And so now we have this blog post under the gaming PC category. And then you can also add some tags right here, which helps with SEO discoverability, as well as whatever your search bar looks for, it can look for tags as well. So it just makes this more discoverable on your website and on Google. So you guys can add some tags here if you want. And then once you guys are done creating your blog post, and this is a very, very, very lazy, vague, general way of just showing you how everything works. But once you guys obviously put in real information, real bullet points, real pictures and everything, click on publish to save your work, click on publish again. And now we have our blog post live and we can view the post. So click on view post, and this is what your blog post looks like on your website. So now people see that it's the top 5 gaming PCs on the market. They'll see the cover image and then they get to start reading. So Lenovo is number 1, which I probably should have numbered these. Like I probably should have said 1 Lenovo, 2 Corsair Gaming, 3 Logitech, you know what I mean? But you guys get the idea. This is your blog post. And then down at the bottom, people can leave comments and they can also see all the comments down below, right? Okay, so this is what your blog post looks like on your website. Now let's talk about categories and how to display it on your website. So I'm basically showing you all of the basics of WordPress blogging. And then in a second, we'll kind of go back into how to use AI to generate these. For now, this is me just creating it from scratch. So first of all, let me just quickly show you guys an example blog, right? So let's just go to, I don't know, let's just search for a blog post real fast. I'm just gonna go top 5 hiking trails in the United States, and let's just find a blog. Okay, best hikes in the US from Maine to California. Perfect. So here's an example of a blog post on someone else's website that's a lot bigger than ours, right? Travel and leisure, I'm sure this gets a ton of views and everything because it's ranked pretty high on Google where it was on the first page. That's a big deal. So when we go to this website, what do we see? Well, first we see the title, right? And so first we see our title, similar to our website. We see, that's like a subtitle or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But we have our meta information or metadata, which is like who wrote the article, when it was posted, and then you'd probably also see some other options right here, like the category that it's in. And here's our metadata, right? It's by Create a Pro Portfolio, which by the way is the account that I'm logged into. If you guys want to edit that title, it's really easy to do. You would just click on edit real fast. And I could add like my first name and my last name. And then I could say, I want my display name right here to be Levi Hagen because I entered it and hit update profile. And then watch this. If we go back to my blog post really fast and refresh the page, you'll see that now I'm logged in as Levi, and this blog post was created by Levi because that's the account that I'm logged into, and this is the account that made this blog post. Okay, but anyways, you get the idea. We get the little who it's by and date and everything, who it's by category, and then we'll replace this with the date in a little bit because you can customize what displays right here. I'm just showing you guys the similarities between a professional blog post, right? And then after that, you've got your featured image. There's our featured image. And then it goes straight into the content. So here's straight into the content. This is like an intro paragraph. And then here we go. Look at that. Number 1, heading, picture, text. All right, we've got heading, text, picture. I mean, you can just reorder this if you want. You can put the picture up top, just like I did a second ago. But you guys get the idea, right? So there's the heading text, the big title. Here's the picture, and then here's the text. And then it goes straight into number 2. Here's the title, picture, text. Number 2, title, text, picture. Again, you can just reorder this, right? So our blog post that we created in like less than 5 minutes with dummy text looks very similar to a professional blog about the top hikes that are in the United States, right? And this one obviously is a lot more than 5, but you get the idea. They list off a whole bunch of them. And look at this, they've got little links inside of the text so that you can click on it for additional information. And I bet some of these might be an affiliate link. So here we go. So be sure to check out the website before winter. Okay, so this isn't, I thought this might be like a winter gear affiliate link, but it isn't. It's just saying, hey, you might want to check their website and make sure that you can show up in the winter. But this is an example of a link that's embedded in your blog post. Now, instead of this link taking me to another website about, how to hike here, you would have this link attached to an Amazon link, like this. You click a random product or something, like some hiking boots, and then watch. You would click on this link and then pretend it would open up to this right here, right? So it's a good example. It would be like, check out the best hiking boots for this trail. And people would be like, oh, I want to hike this trail. And if you think this is best, they click on it and this is what they see. Then they click on buy now and you guys get the idea. right? So that is how you guys can make a blog post by yourself, right, from scratch. So now that I showed you guys how to do it with WordPress, now we're gonna start working on how to do it with AI and with which is like the two different ways. It's WordPress AI and ChatGPT, right? Oh, actually, one last thing I wanted to show you guys is how to throw your categories up here, because this is how people are gonna find this blog post, right? So from the home page, how do you get to that blog post that I just created? Well, the way that you would do that is click on Customize right here when you're viewing your website. And you can get to the same place by going Appearance Customize right here. Okay. But from here, we can edit this navigation bar up here by going to Menus and the menu right here. Let me remove this one because it's invalid. Okay, there we go. So we have all these categories right here. Click on Add Items, go over to Categories, see Gaming PC right here. That's the category that we just created. Add that one. So now it's over here, for example. You can rearrange it by dragging it up a little bit. So let's put it in the front. Okay, it's being glitchy, so okay, we're just gonna do that. Let me try this again. Is it gonna be as glitchy? Yep, it really is just not working with me today. Okay, well, it's staying at the bottom, but you guys get the idea. You can rearrange them to be whatever order you want. Nope, Control Z. Okay, well, we can't even undo it. So now it's just gonna be sub items. There we go. You'll see that I'm trying to drag it left. You see that gray dotted line behind it? It's super glitchy sometimes. I was trying to get it to drag over. So gaming PC is now in the middle, and I'm too lazy to try and work with this. But you guys can, on a non-glitchy computer, rearrange them by dragging and dropping. Click on Publish to save your work. And now the category of blog posts, gaming PC is in here. So when you click on it, people can see, oh, here's that first blog post that we just created. Click on the blog post, and then they can read the whole thing, right? So that's how you guys can add the categories to your navigation. And that's how people can go to, if they want to learn about gaming PCs, then they can scroll through all of them. But for example, gaming PCs, I only have one blog post, but under photography, the template had like 5 of them, right? Now, if we already deleted all those blog posts, we should probably also delete all of these categories. So when you click on the Add Items button, you can just click on the X that appears, and we can delete all of these fake categories. And then we can drag contact to the bottom. And so now we have our one category right there. Okay, publish to save our work. So now we have gaming PC, about, and contact. So that's just what I wanted to show you guys before we continue making blog posts, is how to make sure that they're visible on your website. And later on in a second, when I show you guys AI, I'll do the same thing. All right, so now that we have a post, this is where you can either choose to write the blog post yourself, or you can use one of the 2 methods for AI that I told you guys about just a second ago. And again, those 2 are WordPress AI and ChatGPT. So first I'm going to show you guys how to use WordPress AI. Okay, so the first option is WordPress AI. That's what we're going to do right now. And then after this, we'll do the second option, which is ChatGPT. Both of them are AI. So with WordPress AI, what we're going to do is go over here to the Hostinger tab, and you'll see AI Content Creator right here. Now, by the way, again, you will not have access to this if you didn't click on the business plan. So when we go to creativeprowebsite.com/Hostinger, if you did this plan, you will not have access to the AI tool we're about to use. If you did the business plan like I recommend, then you will have access to the AI tool, okay? So that being the case, this AI tool right here, you'll see is right here. Okay, so this is by far the better option compared to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT, you have to go copy paste everything back inside of WordPress, and it's not gonna make metadata, keywords, images, and all of that stuff for you, right? This will. So this literally is an AI builder specifically for blog posts. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So choose the content type, which we're not making pages, we're making posts. I want to make a blog post. The tone of voice, you guys can choose. If you want it to be trustworthy and formal, then I'll be trustworthy and formal, right? You guys can pick what tones you want. Content length, you've got short, which is used for video infographics or product descriptions, medium, basic depth and readability, engaging audience for driving leads, or long, usually used to make high-ranking articles, that will generate more leads. We're trying to make high-ranking articles, so click on long. Now we get to tell the AI bot what the content's about. So what do I want this blog post to be about? Well, for example, maybe I want it to be about something like this. So we'll try something like this. So talk about the best ways to build a gaming PC from the ground up, talk as if you're teaching a beginner, break up the content into steps, and each step should be how to choose and install each component like motherboards, graphics cards, CPU fans, and so on. Okay, so I'm being very specific that I want a blog post that's basically going to be titled something along the lines of how to make a PC for beginners, right? And then I want it to break up each block as a step, and each paragraph is going to be about, okay, so next is motherboards. This is how you pick the best brand for motherboards, and this is how you put it in. Okay, next step is graphics cards. This is the best brand. Go buy this one, and then this is how you put it in. Does that make sense? So I'm telling AI exactly what I want. So what are some of the focus keywords that I want for this content, right? Well, put them in right here. We could enter in as many keywords as we want. So we could try something like beginners, something like this, right? We want to show how to build a gaming PC for beginners. Just some keywords that I want AI to focus on, and we'll click on create content. It's going to generate for a second, and then after it's done generating, we'll see the result. All right, and so now, as you can see, the post was automatically generated, and this is why I absolutely love the AI content creator inside of WordPress. Look at this. So this is the information we gave it, and we gave it some focus keywords, like what I want it to focus on. It will generate its own automatic 5 keywords that it think is going to help you rank even higher in search engines. So it's got PC components, gaming hardware, build gaming PC, DIY gaming computer, how to build a PC. These are much better than the crappy ones that I gave it, right? So it uses AI to determine what's kind of trending and ranking and what's going to be better for Google. Then it's going to give you its own meta description, so we don't have to type that out, which is amazing. And if you don't know what that is, it's right here. Meta descriptions offer a concise page summary in search results, aiding the user understanding before clicking. Basically, it's this, by the way. So when I just looked for top 5 hiking trails, this is kind of like your meta description right here. Cool. So it lets you kind of read before you click on the link. All right, so that's your meta description right there. It automatically uses AI to either download or generate an image, because by the way, I'm pretty sure this is actually a downloaded image, not an AI image, because I've seen it do it where it literally pulls images from Unsplash. But regardless, it finds an image that is relative to what you're talking about. Like, this isn't going to be a picture of a dog. Notice how it got a picture of a gaming PC? Okay, it's pretty cool how AI can understand what the image is, like what it's looking at, and it decides to grab an image that's related to the topic you're talking about, which is freaking cool. Okay, so after all of the metadata, the keywords, the description, the AI image, we come down to the actual blog post. So we've got the title, Building the Ultimate Gaming PC, a step-by-step guide for beginners. What a fantastic title. And then we have an introduction paragraph where it talks a little bit about what we're going to cover. Then it has choosing the right components paragraph, gathering your tools and workspace, installing the CPU and cooler, installing RAM, installing a motherboard inside the case, installing the graphics card, connecting storage devices like your SSD or your HDD, final assembly and cable management. Well, I didn't even think it was going to do that, but it's talking about cable management. Come on, guys, this is crazy. And then booting up and installing an operating system. It's even going to talk about using your BIOS to see if you can install like Windows or something. That is crazy. I'm always so impressed with this blog generator, this AI blog generator. Not only does it have all the background info that you need that I didn't even do on my fake blog post a second ago, but on top of that, it took exactly what I said, talk about how to build it from scratch, make each step how to choose what's good and how to install it. And it did that. Look at that. It's like each step. It's the CPU and the cooler, the RAM, motherboard, graphics card, storage drives, cable assembly and management, and then operating system. What a cool freaking blog post generator, am I right? There's only one downside. It doesn't throw images inside. All it is just text, right? And if you look at that other blog post that we were at just a second ago, and then from here we can go over here to our history really fast and see if I go back to that blog post. Where is it? Here we go. So remember, there's no pictures in here. We go over to this guy. See how there's pictures for each category? So this is a picture of the Mount Ida Trail. This is a picture of the Cadillac Northridge Trail, a picture of the South Rim Trail. You guys get the idea. You need to have pictures inside of these paragraphs so they're not just a whole bunch of text and someone's just reading a book. You want some visual breaks for your visitors, right? So that being the case, 2 things. Once AI gives you a blog post, there's 2 things you need to do. First, read through it, the entirety of it, and make sure it's accurate and true. AI is not perfectly known for knowing everything exactly. It makes mistakes, right? So make sure, first of all, that everything in your blog post is accurate and true. Maybe reword some of the parts of it, right? Write it yourself a little bit, add your own flair and twist so it's not just purely AI. So that's A. And then B is adding images and graphs and charts and everything like that, because AI doesn't do that yet. And I say yet because soon they're probably going to be able to do that. But anyways, so the way that you do that is you can either publish and not do what I just told you, or you can say edit as a draft, And once you edit as a draft, you're able to add your own pictures and edit the text to say whatever you want, right? My computer's just being very slow today for some reason, but here we go. So we've got introduction to building a gaming PC. We need to add a picture right here. So we hit the enter key. And then, by the way, you can use the slash, and I do this as a shortcut so that I don't have to leave the keyboard. Hit enter, and then I can add a picture. But what you can do is you can also, right here under this block, click the plus button, and you can see all of the different things you can add. I'm just gonna be adding a picture, which is right here. So you just drag it in here, boop, just like that. Exact same thing, I just used the slash command so it goes faster. Okay, go to the media library. Let's see, I'm just gonna pick this one. Oh, that's vertical. Let's pick a horizontal one, like this one. Okay, select. So introduction to a gaming PC, right? So we've got our picture, just like this. Next, choosing the right components, right? So let's click on the little plus button right here, image, media library. The right components might be more of like a hardware picture. I don't really have a hardware picture, so we'll select a gaming controller and just pretend that that's a component. And then we'll come through here, gathering tools for your workspace. Maybe you get a picture of tools from Unsplash. You come over here, installing the CPU cooler, RAM, motherboard. Get pictures of all of these things and maybe some pictures of people actually installing it. Put them in here, right? Anyways, I'm not going to do much because this is an example and I don't want this tutorial to be 4 hours long, but you get the idea. Throw some pictures in your blog post, come in here, change up the text, make it your own, personalize it. When you're done, click on publish, publish again. Oh, another thing that it does, which is really cool, go to post over here. See how it made its own category, gaming? We can change it from gaming. We can put it into the gaming PC category as well. So that way it's going to pop up on our website because this is about gaming PCs, right? So it could go into that category. Okay, so click on save and we can close out of this tab in the other one. I think you guys have a pretty good idea from that example what a blog post should look like. Okay, so now we go back to our website. Let's go ahead and preview it. So we'll go over to our gaming PC category. We have the first one right here, which is AI. And then we have the second one, which was the one that I built. So let's look at them both. And side by side, there's not going to be a comparison, obviously. But you click on the AI-driven blog post. So here's mine, very basic and boring, with a bunch of dummy text. And then here's the one generated by AI. So I've got introduction to the gaming PC, choosing the right components, gathering tools, gathering all of these. Look at all this content. Oh my goodness. And then down below, you'll see now we have related posts and it's pulling automatically other posts from the website. So top 5 gaming PCs. That's the one that I generated, right? But anyways, as you can see, AI does a pretty good job. So we can close out of that tab, close out of this one, back on the dashboard. And we're done. So now I'm going to show you guys how to use ChatGPT. Now, if you didn't choose the business hosting plan from Hostinger, that's okay. I'm going to show you guys how to use ChatGPT so that you can do this without using the WordPress AI tools, which comes with the business plan of Hostinger. So let's jump back into ChatGPT and we're going to take our top 3 search terms that we determined from step 1, and we're going to use the most searches each month. And let's go ahead and pick one of these topics to write an article about. So first, let's come up with a nice clickable title for the article. All right, after we have our title, let's get an attention-grabbing introduction written for this article. So go ahead and enter in this prompt next to ChatGPT. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. The next thing that you need to do is create the meat of this article and make sure that it includes your products with some call to actions that lead people to those products in a very natural way. And that's really important that it feels natural. And then I have another great prompt for you, and we're gonna use just that. Okay, so once you have finished your article or whipping up one on ChatGPT or using WordPress AI, however you wanna do it, now we need to post this thing. Upload it to WordPress by copy pasting it into a new post if you were from ChatGPT. Make sure you add images throughout the post where it makes sense, of course. And don't forget to include those affiliate links. It's really important. That's the only way you're going to get paid. Now that you guys know how to post on your own blog post to your website, let me show you guys what it looks like on our website just as an example to see what a professional looking blog looks like with affiliate links. So here's an article on our website that talks about how to use Elementor and WordPress in 2024. And you'll notice that we've broken up our article into multiple sections with different heading text, and we've also used images throughout the post as well as affiliate links throughout the post. And this is what a premium blog post or article should look like when you guys are finished. All right, so now that your content is live, let's go ahead and see how we can get people to see it. And I'm gonna keep this one kind of short. So the faster that you can get eyeballs onto your content, the faster that you make sales. So here's 3 quick tips that you can use to increase the amount of visitors that you can get to your website. The first is gonna be SEO ranking. Include the best possible keywords and infuse them into your content, your titles, into your website, and metadata metadata on your website. And this will give you the best chances of ranking really high on Google so that over time, people come to your website and naturally just make purchases. Okay, so the second one is Pinterest. You can make simple pins using Canva to help share your articles with more people. Now, Pinterest can really drive a lot of traffic to your new website, which can turn them into new customers with those affiliate links. So this is pretty important. And then lastly, the third option is going to be Medium. This is another place that you can upload your written content and get even more readers to find your content and potentially click on your links. Now, Medium can be pretty strict about the use of AI content. So if you did use AI to write your content, one tip that I would highly recommend is using an AI detector tool like Undetectable AI or something like that to just make sure that you don't get flagged when posting to Medium. So this will make sure that your articles can get that traffic from Medium without getting flagged for any issues. But of course, and this is really important, this is up to your own discretion. And that's everything that you need to get started with Google to Purchase and how to turn your website into a money-making machine. If you haven't already built your website yet, check out one of my detailed tutorials where I walk you through the entire process step by step. In fact, I'll leave one for you guys right here on screen. I'll see you guys in that next video.